evening. Hi, everyone. Welcome tonight. Welcome back to another M for M Made for Monday Motivational Live with me, Aretha. How is everyone doing? I hope you guys had a great weekend. I had a beautiful time in the Lord this past weekend. I pray you all did too as well. Today I had an off day because we had our women's conference on Saturday and it was really beautiful. And yes, speaking of our women's conference, that had got me to thinking about how not just about the women's conference in general, but Priscilla Shire. I don't know if you guys have heard of Priscilla Shire, but she's an awesome woman of God and amazing motivator, and she's well. Her ministry is doing great. This conference was called Going Beyond with Priscilla Shire, and we were live with her on this past Saturday at our church, and it was really great. It was really great. So yeah, I'm gonna just jump fast forward. Tonight is not our usual segment of Motivational Mondays. This is just a time for me of reflection. And if you notice, if you hear some music in the background, if you're new to my channel or you follow me, you always know I'm playing some kind of music in the background. Tonight I happen to be playing on Pandora, the all-Star Live Jazz station. Is really relaxing. So I do not own the rights to the music, but I do like to enjoy some music in the background and just some housekeeping things. If you hear my dog Shelby, she's usually back and forth. You will hear the tapping of her paws on the floor. I'm having my earbuds on tonight because sometimes that the background noise, I feel like it's too much going on. I can hardly hear myself talking. But yeah, so tonight I want to talk about just some self reflections for myself. Yeah. I was thinking about how important it is to guard my heart and to respond with love and wisdom. It's not in anything particularly that was done or happened, but my heart was stirred a little bit this weekend, and that's what I want to share tonight. Sometimes it's so easy to let our feelings take control, or and what I say sometimes we let our feelings get out in front of us. It's real easy for that to happen. So when that happens, I have to stop and think, what am I feeling in that moment? So this weekend, I noticed that my heart was being stirred and getting, about just the busyness of everything and a couple of conversations that I heard, and I felt frustrated. And it made me realize that even in beautiful moments like the women's conference that we were experiencing, uh, fellowship and worship, that our emotions can sometimes they get the best of us because we're human. It was just a reminder that in instances like that, I have to remind myself to control, uh, like how I feel, not what others say or do. If you understand what I mean, you know what I mean. Of course you do, because it's probably have all happened to one of us at some point in our lives where our feelings get the best of us. So I let that affect me. And when that happened, I didn't feel my best. And I'm really hard on myself. And I know I shouldn't be, but yeah, I get too hard on myself. I had to stop and ask again, what was it? Was it really what I was feeling in my heart? So I reflected on how I can respond differently at times like that. So instead of getting all flustered and frustrated, then as a taking a time to just stop and breathe and think, I could choose to be patient, which I do. I pride myself in That's a little flex moment, give myself some pat on my back because I do consider myself a very patient, understanding, and but again, y- y- even the best of us, I mean, even the ones we put in all the effort, it gets to us. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm sorry I wasn't paying so much attention to the chat. Welcome, welcome. If you're here for the first time, this is Joe Lasties. I'm Aretha, your host, and yeah, wherever you're viewing this from, you may watch it later, or if you're in this moment where I am, I'm right here in Houston. And we were just talking about, for those of you who are just joining, I was just sharing a time of reflection, just thinking about, guarding your heart and protecting your peace. And I talk about that a lot on this channel, which is the reason, that's the whole point of behind the Made for Mondays was, I was going through a time. I'm just kind of backtracking a little bit to bring those of you who are new to the channel up to speed about why the what brought about the Made for Monday motivational live movement. Was I was going through a time in my life where I was a bit alone, so I decided to take this moment to speak to myself, speak to others who may be going through something like that, what I was experiencing. But yeah, so that's it. So I was just talking about some times of reflection and how to respond differently whenever your heart is stirred. So stepping back, taking a breath, or even walking away. Mhm. Yep. It's about protecting my heart. Yeah. And I say that a lot. It's about protecting my heart, speaking thoughtfully, because what I talk about on my channel. Hi, Rachel Martin. How are you doing? Hi, GL1CH underscore VR. Hi, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining my live. Thank you. Yeah. So um I lost my train of thought. So yeah, letting my actions reflect love and wisdom. So sometimes the best response is just to pause, just to breathe, because every moment is an opportunity to practice grace and and wisdom, because that is what God expects of us, to be operating in love and grace and wisdom, because it's the Lord who gives us everything that we need, even in the times of moments where our feelings are kind of overshadowing us. And that's what happened to me this weekend. But I'm so grateful to be a part of a community at my church. My church is Braeswood Church is located at 10611 Fundren Road, and it is a beautiful family. We're family there, and it's so important that you have someone that you can stand in agreement with each other, standing in the gap for one another and support. So no one person in my church community, our church family, stands alone. So I'm grateful to be a part of that. And that's what this weekend was all about, was women uplifting each other, fellowshipping, and just sharing the love of God. So yeah, so when moments like that, just to recap everything that I said earlier, I'm choosing to pause, take a break, breathe, step back when my heart is stirred, or when I feel things or I hear things that I don't necessarily agree with. And it happens to the best of us. We're not perfect. We're all work in progress. God is working on us every single day, every single day. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing amazing. I hope you're having a great start of your week. This is a new week, and can you believe it? August is almost over. September is just up on us. And before you know it, the holidays will be here. Yay. And if you're new here, and I know those of you that who follow me, I always talk about something I'm reading or something that I learned about, and you're gonna see it backwards. I'm still reading Unleash Your Full Potential. This is my friend Dr. Darlington's book. And also this weekend, I'm so grateful because I've had my sister Sherry's book come to the table. I've had it in my Amazon cart for a very long time. And my niece Ashley, who was part of the women's conference, she helped. I had a booth set up at the table, and I get back there, and to my surprise, here was the book. My niece Ashley. Shout out to Ashley for being such a sweetheart. She bought Sister Sherry's book, and these are some wonderful recipes in here. And I kid you not, strawberry shortcake is my favorite dessert. And when I opened it today, just thumbing through it because I knew I was gonna to tell all of my friends here on my channel about my sister Sherry's book and my brother Dr. Darlington's book. I just flipped it to the page. What is this page right here? Page 5. I kid you not, and it opened up to a page where strawberry cake. There's a nice recipe, and I will be doing that. But what's even so beautiful about her book is she has a whole story behind why this recipe, as part of the recipe. And this one, it was a story about her daughter's, yeah, her daughter. And it was scripture, Hebrews 10:23. Let us hold unservingly to the hope we profess, for he who promised is faithful. Isn't that beautiful? That is beautiful. So thank you, Ashley, my love. I call her Allie, and for gifting this book to me. And shout out to my Pastor John and Sister Alaria for being such great leaders at our church, Braeswood. And yeah, so if you're in the local community right here in Houston on Sundays, we have our services at 10:30. Come and join us. We would love to have you there. And we are on the web, so you can go to our website at braeswood.church.org. And you know what? I need to check and see if the simulcast was is on our website. I'm not sure, but anyway, thank you for joining. I'm not going to be here long. Have a great rest of your Monday evening. A great week ahead, and yeah, we'll see you Monday. Bring someone back here with you on Monday, okay? We're all here to encourage, uplift, and motivate each other, and that's what this channel is all about. And I'm also on Friday going to upload a tutorial in the Cricut design space because I always make a t-shirt that resonates with today's topic. And I do kind of have an idea, so you have to be looking for that video. I'm going to upload a brand new t-shirt. Yay! Okay. All right. Talk to you later. Thank you for joining my live. All right. All right. God bless you. See you later. Bye-bye. Can you see that? Okay, bye.